Hey, I'm Justen Turner, and I'm a filmmaker. I first started making videos when I was about 10 years old. My brother and I, we would sneak into our mother's computer room and just mess around with the webcam and try to make it seem like we had superpowers. I grew up in the era of superhero movies. I always wanted to see myself in those roles, and so the best way to do it was to, find a camera. We would film everything on, a flip camera. This was actually our very first camera. I found a lot of joy in being behind the camera. I worked with my brother on all of our works. Being a black filmmaker, up to a certain point, it wasn't that often that we saw people that looked like ourselves on the screen. And there were so many stories from our experiences and the experiences of our peers who came from all different paths of life that we wanted to shed light on. And what we found is that the genres of fantasy and sci-fi and action were excellent platforms to bring to light some of these stories and give power to those who often don't get representation or get their story to be told. When we first got started and we were making films, we would enter into, local film festivals and student film festivals, but our parents wanted to push us even further. And so after a certain point, they started submitting us into these adult categories, and that eventually led us into getting our first big gig with HBO and Sesame Street. Having moments like that helped us define who it is that we wanted to be in the creative space. One of the most surprising accomplishments for us is when we were selected for the Forbes 30 Under 30. And it was really shocking because a lot of the other names were people out of Hollywood, and we were under the Hollywood and entertainment section. It helped us to really realize our own potential in the industry. You don't have to be in Hollywood to create Hollywood level projects. I think one of the coolest things about being in the Fisher College of Business is that I've been able to really combine disciplines that propel our filmmaking career. As I'm moving into this next stage of my life, a big question for me has been, where could I best succeed? What I've realized is that Columbus is actually ripe with opportunities for, creatives like myself and filmmakers like myself. My brother and I were actually working on a few projects right now that we can hopefully get on the big screen one day. We really just want to bring unheard stories to light.